One. This is Lee Terrier from pwmania.com here with the legend that is Kid Lykos before what is, if not the biggest, one of the biggest matches in your career. Would I be right in
Yep.
saying so, sir?
Yeah, I mean, as far as singles matches in my career, it's definitely the biggest. It's the biggest opportunity I've had solo as a wrestler, and to main event September 24th and challenge, and I would say beat Spike Trivet for the Pro Wrestling World Championship. It's a really big deal to me. It's not lost on me at all.
No, and are you confident going into it?
Yeah, I think what he's been doing in the lead up to the match and stuff has knocked my confidence a little bit, and with like the stuff happening with Lykos 2 getting hurt and such. But I had a really good weekend this weekend wrestling, where I really felt confident in myself and what I can do, and the thing that scares him the most, which is my creativity, and I think that was shining this weekend. So I'm going into it very confident. So as long as I stay healthy, we're blessed. I'm ready for a scrap.
Oh, mate, that's all we want to hear. And it's, as you say, you've had a good weekend wrestling, but you've had a great year wrestling. I remember it was probably about this time last year at the Dome, Tufnell Park, with one of the best matches I've ever seen live. You, Chris Brooks, was incredible. The story, the emotion, the actual action in the ring. And I think your sort of momentum, it was already there before that, but it's grown and grown through Super
Yeah.
Strong Style. How would you sort of say your year's been?
I mean, I think if you look at it from now until a year back, we do have to like the me and Brooks match was the jump off point for everything. It's what really set the tone of what my year was going to entail, especially within progress. And I think like having what I think was the UK match of the year with Brooks, to then jump off that and try and show people what I'm capable of doing. And not only that, but pay them back for them supporting me throughout this time. Like obviously we weren't the most liked in progress by the audience, but we are kind of a cult following. Like Chris was a cult following when he's here, me and Chris, and me and Lykos too. We are a cult following tag team, and now I think I do have the backing of people, and it's so rewarding. And I wish I could reward them back, and that's what this year's been kind of about. I've been trying to show them my best wrestling, the best side of me as far as like on camera, and then just even interaction at the table. I've been trying to show them how much it means to me, and I think the years just built and built and built, and it's felt like a proper groundswell as opposed to just like forcing someone up to the top, and that's what I think is so rewarding for me going through what this year has become, and I can't wait to keep it going Sunday. Strong Style was special, like it's something that's going to live with me forever. That the crowd reaction, I wasn't expecting the pop on night one with Damo, but then as it built. It was exceptional. It's so special to me.
Yeah, talking about that because it was an intense weekend, 3 days across two venues, and obviously your first round you get Damo, and it goes on, and you got sort of progress sort of legends in there who have held the title before. You obviously beating Haskins in the final there. How did you see that weekend and going into it, and as it was going on, did it feel right? What was your feelings?
There's a lot of stress and anxiety in the build up to the final. I guess like beating Damo was one thing that was a like everyone had written me off when that match got announced. Like I was like maybe bottom three of the odds makers when someone put an odds list out for who to win, and Damo was probably top five. So it was quite disheartening to know how little faith was there. But then similar, the faith was clearly there because the minute the win happened, people were out of their seats jumping for joy, and then that continued. I wrestled obviously world famous professional wrestler Nick Wayne, now AEW's finest, and I got through that. And then the first Progress champion in Nathan Cruz, who you can't slack on, got through that. And then weirdly, the anxiety ended there. Like the final was just for me. It felt inevitable. I was going in there and I was going to beat Mark Haskins and I was going to be the super strong star winner. So I just there was like weird calm going into the final, and then it was just a 30-minute battle, which is great. And I hope the live audience enjoyed it. I hope the online audience enjoyed
Loved
it as
it,
well. It,
loved
it
it.
was it felt really good. And Mark Haskins is, I mean, everyone, there was a Mark Haskins day a month or so ago because everyone was talking about how good he is. I don't have to speak about how good Mark Haskins is, but yeah, the strong style run was crazy. I just can't get over it. It's again, this year's been crazy for loads of different reasons, but that's been so special to me and so unable to get over. I guess what I mean. Like it's
Yeah,
just the best.
amazing. And how does it differ to tag matches? Because you have been in really high profile tag matches across your career in different places. How is this
Yes.
differing?
Um, there's more pressure, really. I think you always have someone to rely on in tag matches. Like from me and Chris wrestling at Korakuen Hall against Meiko Satomura and Akira Tozawa, to me and Chris wrestling Bowler Armor in the Frog and Fiddle in Cheltenham. Like it doesn't matter. I know whether it's 100 people or 2,000 people or whatever, I will have Chris to rely on, or nowadays I will have Lykos 2 to rely on. There is someone there who can pick up the slack if I'm ill, if I'm injured, if whatever, there's someone there. Whereas when you're a singles wrestler, there's none of that. You are your own safety blanket and you can only save yourself so much. So there's way more pressure, I think, in what's happening at the moment. But that's why I like, I mean, it's kind of where the for everyone thing came from because I wanted to pay everyone back, but then everyone was giving me this little confidence boost, this little safety blanket behind me that kept me going, and that's what it's felt like. Not only obviously in ring with the people there watching, but backstage, like I've got my group of people who either from afar like Chris or from close like us two and Dan Maloney and Luke Jacobs and stuff. There's people who are behind me and want me to succeed, and I think we're all just trying to work for each other's successes, which I think is really lovely.
Yeah, man. And like you said, the For Everyone movement, it really started and, it's grown. We obviously saw what happened in the chapters over up in the north in the last couple of weeks. You were, you've got a bit of an advantage there, I guess, in some ways, because you've got a bit of an edge. Is it time for Trivet to lose this belt and do you think the occasion will get to you?
Um, I'll do the second part first. The
Yeah.
occasion getting to me, I can't say for definite because everything's different. There's been matches in front of huge crowds that I wasn't really nervous for, I didn't feel any worry for, and then there's been matches in front of some of the smallest audiences that I'm horrifically stressed for and having like anxiety attacks backstage. Like you never know. Like I think what motivates me in this match is different to usual because usually I just want to go out there and show everyone what they've invested in is worth investing in as far as their love and support of myself or myself and like us too. But there's more to it now. Like I hate Spike Trivet. Like everything about it disgusts me. Like I know Cara and Spike broke it down to Tom and Simon, but Spike Trivet as what he is disgraceful to me, and I think it's disgraceful for a champion to see themselves in such high light when they're so negative on everything, and I think it needs to end. So I think with the fan support that's been given as well, I have to end it. And he has to lose on Sunday. There's no way around it.
Amazing. And mate, we'll be rooting for you because you've put so much in. I'm a massive Progress fan that's followed you right through and seeing this. And you're in a new era of Progress. I know it's been around for a year and a half, nearly 2 years now. How you find everything around the company now, new owners and things like that? Are you enjoying your time there?
Yeah, it's interesting because obviously I was around for all the regimes. So I was there for the initial owners, and I was around for the Peckham era, and then for the new guys in now. And it's each era is very different. But the proof's in the people that come back. I think that's why I look for it. The fans and the wrestlers who come back for the company and know what it means to them. Like I think, it's hard to say. I really enjoy my time currently, but I think even if I hated my time, I would still be here because I love this company as much as like it can get bagged on for sure, and there's rightful reasons to bag on it. No, I'm not denying that, but this is a company I love because it was the highest standard of British wrestling, and I think, to be honest, it still can be. Like, I think the roster's phenomenal. I think the matches are incredibly good. I think sometimes it gets overlooked, because it's easy. It's easy online to bag on it, and that's not. I'm not defending them again. I think sometimes though there are some exceptional things that go by the wayside. just by chance. And I think progress is special no matter what. And that's what's cool about being able to reward everyone and try and show how special progress can be by leading by example and taking that title and moving forward as Progress World Champion.
That'd be incredible. And if you are world champion, and it could be anybody, who are people that you would love to take on? Who would you love to defend that title against? If you had a dream list, who would be on that list to go, I want to fight them for this world title. I want to beat them and retain it.
Okay, dream list. So not like a.
Could
Do
be
you want
anyone,
a logical
anywhere.
assumption
Yeah.
or
You
anyone?
could be,
Okay,
yeah, you could be
anyone.
anywhere wrestling now, I say.
Ooh. Oh, there's just so many good options. Like that's the fun side of it. I think. I'd love to wrestle because just because of what's happened. I think that would be wonderful. I'd love to wrestle Harashima from DDT.
Right.
Uh, I'd love to wrestle. I mean, there's just so many. I really want to wrestle Yo from New Japan. I think he's really interesting. If we're talking like a super mainstream like Japanese wrestler, I think he's super interesting. My dream list is massive, but I think those are guys who are featured quite prominently, who I think the UK should see. And then like guys like Mao, who's traveling the world right now, but he's a DDT wrestler. He's unreal, and I think he deserves to be seen by the UK audience. So I think he'd be a great title challenge once I've beaten Spike Trevay.
Incredible, mate. There'd be so many dream matches because you deserve every success. I must say, Lykos, you've done so well,
That's really
mate.
kind of you.
And I hope it all really goes well on Sunday. I'll be there cheering you on. And
Legend.
here's to every future success anyway, man, because you're smashing it out the park.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you.
All the very best, mate. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.